Guys, that couple time in your relationship is so important.
It really is, but in the blended family, it can be a little bit of a challenge. I mean, think about it. In a nuclear family, the couple comes first. So they get to go on dates and get to know each other way before the kids ever show up. In a blended family, we bring our kids with us. From day one, they're right there. We tend to rush right in and just try to make sure everybody's getting along. But what we fail to understand is if the couple doesn't get to know each other, doesn't get to blend first, the family never will. So, how do we do this? How do we make us work? I mean, think about it. We just came from a broken marriage. How do we make this one work? Only thing I can think of is we look back to the very first marriage that was established.
So if we look back at Adam and Eve, we have to ask ourselves, what did they have that most couples don't have today? They had a God-centered marriage. I mean, think about it. Back before they screwed it all up, God was in the center of the relationship in their everyday lives.
Now, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, they just went there and made this all about God. But let's think about this for a second. I just want to ask you one question. How's your relationship? Is it time to do something different?
For a marriage to be successful, the only way that it works is with God in the center. It doesn't matter if you're a nuclear family or a blended family, this principle still applies. God is the only one that can unify you as a couple. In the scriptures it says, "For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be cleaved into his wife, and the two shall become one flesh."
Now, whenever we discuss this verse with other couples, they seem to think that it only has to do with sex. It does. And yes, there's a part, sex is a part of it, but there's a lot more to that verse than just sex. It's about uniting in all aspects of your marriage, being a team, having that partnership that can't be divided. So that means that in your blended family, there can no longer be, this is yours, that's mine. It's all ours. From day one, when you guys get married, it's all ours. How do you make all this work? Well, you gotta talk. Communication is key. And yes, I know you probably hear that everywhere, but it's the truth. If you don't talk with each other about things going on in your marriage, kids, finances, how do you really become a team? You have to talk.
Now guys, I know this is not the first thing that you're thinking about when you work a long, hard day, you come home. You're dirty, you're tired, and you're hungry, and you want to go to bed. But guess what? You're going to have to suck it up and sit down and listen.
And talk.
And listen. And guys, just think about it. When you take time to actually sit and listen and talk to your wife, you're letting her know that she's at the top of your priority list.
Oh, and you know what? That's a great point, because priorities is also something that can be a little bit of a challenge, whether you're blended or nuclear. Prioritizing your spouse. Now, there is a way to prioritize everybody in your family, starting with God, then your spouse, then the kids, and then everything else. Now, don't get me wrong, this does not mean that your kids are less than your spouse. It only means that you have a great opportunity to show your kids what a good marriage looks like. Remember, they came from a bad marriage. They know what that looks like. So why not show them what a good marriage looks like?
And remember, guys, many things are going to try to come between you and your spouse. Work, kids, like she said, family, friends, and yes, even church will try to come to the top of the list.
Yeah, and you know what? Kids are the #1 reason why blended families fail.
The truth is that the couple relationship is so important that if the couple fails to blend, the family will fail. And that's the blended truth.
Now, in our next video, we're going to continue to discuss the couple relationship, but we're also going to unpack some of the unhealthy baggage that we bring into our new relationship that can cause some strife.
You won't want to miss it.